Now on CoastTV News.
A united front in the Democratic Party behind Kamala Harris after President Joe Biden exits the race. With the Democratic National Convention fast approaching, we'll share the next steps in this unprecedented election. Plus, people on the coast react to Biden's dramatic announcement that's still making shockwaves across the nation.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
A live look at the White House, the race for it looking exponentially different. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with political figures creating a united front behind Vice President Kamala Harris's run for president following Joe Biden's Sunday exit from the race. Many of us have said this feels unprecedented, and that is a candidate dropping out this close and after all the primaries. It is historically unheard of. We spoke with Dr. Samuel Hoff, a political science professor at DSU. He says historically, one-term presidents who seek re-election and fail for whatever reason are looked at unkindly in history. He believes that will be the case with Joe Biden.
As we work through the dynamics of this surprising development, but one that certainly was seen in the offing if you followed and saw all of the folks coming out who asked the president to step aside.
Well, new today, Senator Tom Carper speaking out on Biden's decision to drop out. When we spoke with him, Carper was visibly concerned for the president's well-being.
I can't imagine how difficult the last several weeks, months have been, but I've known him for 50 years. I love him like a brother. And I've always known him, even when the chips are down and you have hard decisions to make, he tries to do the right thing. This is the right thing, not just for the Democratic Party. This is the right thing, I think, for our country.
And Delaware Senator Chris Coons spoke today, saying it was hard to accept Biden's decision to step aside, but referred to the president as selfless for the act.
I think choosing to step aside at this moment in this campaign is a sign of strength and a sign of his affection for our nation and his determination to make sure that a candidate who is most likely to win is the one on the ballot this November.
You just heard from political officials on Delmarva. We also spoke with people who live here, and they have mixed reactions to this groundbreaking news.
And now that he has decided to step down, Kamala Harris and her future running mate are going to be the way to vote blue, because we want to continue the good work that President Biden started.
Well, based on policies, I would like to see the Republican Party win. I think I'm more like-minded than they are. I just retired from a manufacturing job, so I appreciate where Vance talks about his upbringing, so on and so forth.
The Democratic Party will officially decide its presidential candidate at the convention in August. And as you might know, President Biden made the historic announcement not in a televised address to the nation. Instead, it was in the form of a letter posted to X Sunday afternoon. You can see the letter here, the president saying, "I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all of this work." And new today, Vice President Harris made her way to Wilmington, to what was Biden's campaign headquarters. Now it's hers. Before that, she had words of praise for President Biden today in her first public appearance since the president announced he would end his bid for re-election.
And I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Harris has received the endorsement of many of Biden's allies, such as Nancy Pelosi and the Clintons. The big question for Democrats today, what now? With the clock ticking towards the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, President Biden's historic decision to stand down and endorse Harris could give her a critical head start against potential rivals. While Vice President Harris says she intends to earn and win the nomination, Republicans are relishing the battle ahead.
Democrats are in free fall, trying to figure out who they're going to have as their candidate.
Many of the candidates seen as possible challengers to Harris have actually now coalesced behind her. California Governor Gavin Newsom, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Governors Josh Shapiro and Roy Cooper all endorsing Harris. All of that brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, which candidate do you believe will win the presidential election? Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen. 54% at this time say Kamala Harris, 45% say Donald Trump, 1% say neither. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that on CoastTV.com or our mobile app. Let's go back to what got us here. President Biden dropping out might have felt sudden, but it comes after roughly a month of criticism and stumbles. What seems to have started all of this was Biden's poor debate performance on June 27th, where the president appeared to lose his train of thought. Days later, members of Biden's own party began calling on the president to step down. Roughly 10 days ago, the president publicly faltered at the NATO summit in D.C., calling Vice President Harris, quote, Vice President Trump, and also referred to Ukraine's president as Putin. And just this Wednesday, President Biden tested positive for COVID-19. He is still recovering from the virus at his home here in Rehoboth Beach. Biden says he'll address the nation later this week and give further details about his decision to drop out of the race. We will cover that for sure, and we will stay on this story here at Coast TV in the months, weeks, and days leading up to the election. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside now into Ocean City. A gray start to our work week. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And overall, we're looking for an abundance of moisture to the point where literally, I want you to think of this week as a sponge that's been filled with so much water. If you barely touch it, it just squirts water all over the place. Well, that's what's happening with our upper atmosphere. We are just inundated with a tremendous amount of moisture from the surface all the way to the upper levels of the atmosphere. We're at 70 degrees in Rehoboth. Oh, and by the way, it's going to feel muggy, almost like 100 degrees, even though we're only going to reach the 80s this week. That's just how much moisture we'll have. We'll stay in the 70s with scattered showers. Here's the latest look at the radar. You can see we're starting to develop a line from Laurel to Georgetown up towards Lewis. That direct line is what we're expecting, the path for the additional scattered showers. A few embedded heavy downpours, but nothing severe right now. With a warm front, typically I'm not so concerned about severe weather. Could bring some flooding or potential flooding for low-lying areas, but aside from that, I think we're just going to deal with run-of-the-mill showers for today and tomorrow. But Wednesday, not so run-of-the-mill, Maddie. Wednesday, we're going to need to just sit down and have an eyeball-to-eyeball talk.
Thank you, and we have a lot more news to get to this evening. We have details on the new head of school at Sussex Academy. But first, which businesses in OC are planning to add some more employee housing? We have that story in just 60 seconds.
Get new patio doors from Window World of Delmarva. Quality and price that can't be beat. Get a standard patio door installed for $49.02 a month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Call now for a free estimate.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it. The expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-GO-FUR, FHFur.com.
Get new shutters from Window World of Delmarva. Quality and price that can't be beat. Bahama Hurricane or decorative shutters, only $93.83 per month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Call now for a free estimate.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Seasonal workers play a big part in Ocean City during the summertime, but we all know housing can be scarce. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how seasonal workers might have a little bit more help come next summer.
Nikolai Radev is a J1 worker from Bolivia, and he currently lives with 9 other J1 workers.
It's kind of crazy because it's a bit of chaos in my house all the time, but once a week they do like cleaning and stuff, and it goes for several days.
Radev is just one of many J1 workers in town, and Plin Plaza is trying to address the shortage of seasonal workforce housing in Ocean City. The plaza planned on submitting an application to the Ocean City Planning Committee last Tuesday to house 73 seasonal workers for next summer, but they postponed their proposal due to some parking issues. I talked to Plym Plaza's attorney, and he said that according to the current code, they have to restrict 14 parking spaces for student workers, but he said that those spaces are currently for the guests. Plym Plaza feared that if they proposed their application at this time, that they would be denied, which means they would have to wait a whole year before proposing again. Radev currently works at Cabana's Bar and Grill, and he says he walks to work every day. And even without a car, he's still been loving his first year in Ocean City.
I'm enjoying my time here because I meet so many new people, like American, Dominican people, other J1s, and we're going out together.
With workers' housing slim around Ocean City, Plym Plaza has a plan to make sure they don't get denied. Plym Plaza's attorney plans on having an informal discussion with the committee on their proposal to see how they would receive it. From there, they would make the required changes before doing their public hearing. I'm Kevin Zepay in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
Well, as you line up your putter for your golf forecast, listen, this is just not the week, folks. I mean, you may get a little dry weather at the morning, but by the afternoon, lunchtime, we're looking for afternoon, evening showers that could include a lightning strike or two. How about we just take a break this week?
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
Find your better night's sleep for less at Johnny Janosic. Shop now and get a $300 MasterCard reward card on select brand purchases. And we'll haul away your old mattress for free for a limited time only at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Mr. Meyer was an awesome teacher.
I taught middle school math in Wilmington.
He goes out of his way. You could just see he really cared.
My students face the most serious challenges in our community. They needed so much more than algebra.
When he became county executive, he worked to improve all of our schools.
We got teachers funding to innovate in their classrooms, started 1,000 Kids Coding to help low-income students get high-income skills.
Matt Meyer is someone who, when he says he's going to do something, he does the work. Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Now that it's sizzling out, is your AC fizzling out? Beat the heat with Horizon Services. Upgrade that old unit for 0 down and 0% interest. And get up to a 12-year warranty on your new full home comfort system. Plus, save up to $3,500 in free upgrades and rebates when you schedule your free estimate. Same-day service, expert technicians, and a job done right the first time. Need service today? Horizon is on the way.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Find 16 mattresses under $9.99 at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World, like this Nectar 5.0 Foam Queen mattress for just $699.95, with immediate delivery available. Shop Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Faster internet is better. That's why Extreme is increasing speeds and lowering prices, giving you more go, more whoa, more vroom, and boom for less. Get Internet 250 with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro for just $19.99 a month for a year. Plus, add the Xumo Stream Box for even more value. New faster speeds, new lower prices. Call 844-EXTREME2.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Boy, I sure hope you've won a couple of our umbrellas, because this is the week you're going to need them pretty much every day of the work week Maybe not Friday if we're lucky, but most of the work week, yeah, it's umbrella time, okay? Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel highlighting just how much an abundance of moisture and showers we have in place right now, even starting to pick up a lot of raindrops on the lens itself. We're holding in the 70s right now. We're going to stay in the 70s along with cloudy skies, persistent light to moderate showers, and a little bit of fog. We just have that much moisture. We've got enough to just do everything with it except for thunderstorms right now. That happens Wednesday, by the way. We're at 70 degrees in Rehoboth, 74 in Milton, as well as Georgetown, holding at 75 degrees in Redmond, as well as Millsboro, and in Ocean City. Here's a look at the radar. It's a live view of what's going on. We're looking at moderate to steady showers for the most part. A little heavier near Delmarva, Laurel. That's been the case so far all afternoon long and into the early evenings. We're looking for this general path to stay this way. So along Highway 9 and 24 and 13, look for some puddling to occur there. So be careful as you're traveling for the rest of the night, because most of the rain that we're getting is going to move right along that same line, hitting that same area. So if we get a flood or flash flood advisories of some sort, don't be surprised by that, because we have a bit of training that's happening right now. That's when the same storms come across the same area like you would on a train track, so to speak. And it has a history of some structural damage, some hail, and some lightning, but it's just not holding enough for us to be overly concerned about that. But I thought you'd like to know that anyway. Our day part forecast for tomorrow. We'll start off cloudy, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and maybe a peak of sunshine at 10 o'clock, just enough for between 10 and let's say noon or 2 to kick off a scattered shower, likely for us to kick in by the 4 o'clock hour, and temperatures in the 80s. Now, although we'll be in the 80s, it's going to feel like 100 because we'll have that much moisture just stacking up and laying on top of us. Here's a look at our short-term forecast model, and we're looking at a spot shower flaring up for Tuesday morning, not so bad. You know, Tuesday's not necessarily my concern, although it's going to be cloudy and murky all day long. Tuesday evening, different story. Look for an outbreak of scattered showers, thunderstorms, particularly in the southeast corner of Sussex, between Long Neck and Ocean Pines, and everywhere in between. Then widespread rain and thunderstorms possible for us, and likely early Wednesday morning just after midnight. Then as the sun comes up, a lot of this is going to dissipate and move out of the way. But when you take a look at our rain chances, we take a look at the stats, and you'll see we escalate for Wednesday night going into Thursday. So with that being the case, so we take a look at a different model. Well, does it agree or not? Well, we're looking at widespread scattered showers Tuesday night. Then early in the morning at about 12:30, we have another pocket right here in the southeast corner of the county. So yeah, we're looking favorable for that. That's going to be a thing that we're going to watch out for. And the amount of rain, up to 1, maybe even 1.5 inches in Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Last but not least, before we wrap it up, here's a look at your fair forecast. Bottom line is we're looking for it to stay cloudy with spotty showers by the early evening, late afternoon hours. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Watching out for a yellow alert day because of all that rain before the sun comes up on Wednesday.
Thank you. Sussex Academy has elected a new head of school, which went into effect at the start of this month. Kyle Bentley was chosen after what the school calls a thorough months-long search process. Sussex Academy says Bentley has extensive experience in academics for a number of schools. He was also named 2020 Assistant Principal of the Year. We are now just 4 days away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. As a reminder, you can only watch them right here. CoastTV is the exclusive home for all the action, starting on Friday. And then on Saturday, tune into CoastTV News for the Olympic Zone. This is a show that features a daily summary and showcase of up-to-the-minute Olympics content. Also super cool behind-the-scenes stuff that sets the stage for the most important action every night of the games. All this happening exclusively on CoastTV at 7:30 during the games. We'll be right back. And here's something to get excited about. The 99th Chincoteague Pony Swim is happening Wednesday. Coverage begins noon on the Delmarva Sports Network and app. Crowds gather across the country to see the herd of wild ponies swim the channel. It's truly something you only see right here on Delmarva. So download the DSN app, play Pony Swim Trivia. If you win, you get 2 nights at the Key West Cottages in Chincoteague, sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
It's win or go home tonight in the Maryland Supreme Summer League basketball playoffs, live on DSN at 6:15 p.m. with the number 5 seeded C&P Enterprise from Bennett squaring off with the number 4 seeded Laurel Dogs. Then at 7:15 p.m., the number 3 seeded Hilltoppers of Snow Hill taking on the number 6 seeded Downtown Sneaks from Crisfield. Check out highlights on the final score at 10:30 p.m. Former Delmarva Christian softball star Caitlin Yoder is coming off a phenomenal freshman season in the Circle at Liberty. DSN's Tim Nolan caught up with her.
Because here you were a walking strikeout. I mean, 15, 16, 17 a game. And at the college level, that's just not going to happen every start. How did you deal with that, and how did you refine and fine-tune your game?
Well, I just think like success when I was in high school looks different than success than when you're in college. So like when you're in college, like use your defense more because the hitters are a lot better when you get to college. So just like redefining what success is for me, like being able to get flyouts because I'm a rise ball pitcher, and then working in a couple drop balls to get ground outs, just things like that.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Can you hear the music? For decades, the bandstand has been the hub for arts and music here in the nation's summer capital and continues to do so. Sitting smack dab in the middle of Rehoboth Avenue, the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand has been the place for free music and entertainment in town. Each year, over 40 bands bring beautiful melodies to this open-air concert venue, with the salt air from the nearby Atlantic Ocean just adding to the ambiance. First conceptualized by the Hayes family in 1963 as a way to bring music to the beach town, concerts went from on the green, literally, to a full-scale bandstand, bringing acts like the USO Show Troupe to make Rehoboth sing. An iconic sight for those who frequent the town year-round, and an iconic sound as summer sweetly sinks in. The bandstand is a beloved part of Rehoboth Beach, always.
Hey, hon.
Are you coming to the job site?
No, I'm a little tied up right now.
I thought you had the next one.
I got the next one.
Morris Home Improvement is your local family and veteran-owned exterior renovation contractor, and we strive to provide the highest quality work with exceptional customer service every time. After this, you got the next one.
Okay, I'm on board with that. Gotta go. Fish on. Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morris.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Overlook the Sinnapunxent Bay's salt marshes and enjoy the unspoiled beauty of Assateague Island National Seashore. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. And the Caddy Shack Cafe and Pro Shop ensure golfers have everything they need. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
Today's Weather Emoji Cast is brought to you by OC Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with summer savings at Gateway Subaru. Right now, save up to $3,300 on a new 2024 Subaru Outback. Plus, take advantage of great financing rates as low as 0% for 48 months. At Gateway Subaru, we're committed to higher standards, ensuring every journey starts with trust and excellence. Stop by and discover the thrill of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Designed for the bold, ready for any adventure. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Hi, I'm Joel Wharton, Sussex County farmer. Don't wait until after harvest to plant your cover crops. Consider broadcasting or interseeding cover crops into your standing cash crop. Early establishment provides more growth potential and more soil armor over winter. It also saves time because after harvest, the cover crop is already growing and protecting the soil, cycling nutrients, and preventing erosion. To learn more about the benefits and ways to establish cover crops early, contact the Sussex Conservation District because every acre counts.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Brian, what's the difference between treated wood and composite decking?
Treated wood decking costs less but requires a lot of maintenance over the years. Composite decking looks like wood but won't fade, curl, or rot. It's insect resistant, maintenance free, and comes with a lifetime warranty. But if you call Paul Davis now, you can get composite decking for the same price as treated lumber and no payments, no interest for 12 months.
Paul Davis can bring the showroom to you as soon as tomorrow.
and we'll give you a down-to-the-penny price that day.
Call Paul Davis, the restoration and remodeling experts.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Calling all Harry Potter fans, the Rehoboth Beach Public Library is hosting its annual Hogwarts camp this week. It's part of the summer reading program. The 3 magical days of camp culminates with a special Quidditch tournament. That's 2 p.m. in Grove Park this Friday.
Sounds like fun, but we'll have to watch out for a little rain because we're looking at a pattern of rain for right now and likely to happen throughout most of this week. We see the scattered showers really propagated by a warm front. So when warm front showers are around, usually we're concerned about the amount of rain, not necessarily the intensity of the storms. You can call and check on your forecast with our weather line, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Calling for a yellow alert day on Wednesday because before the sun comes up, those storms are going to come down on us.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. We'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great night.